Hello, beautiful souls. It's Dr. Sheri here. Welcome to Infinite You. If this is your first time joining me on this baby brand new channel, thank you so much for visiting. And if you are returning, thank you as well. I am so appreciative and grateful for you being here. I don't know why I've got like massive reflection in my glasses right now. The corgis, I think, are going to nap while I sneak in and make this video. So let's see how it goes. Today, I want to flip the script on something that we've all been taught. It has to do with a mindset shift when it comes to the energy of what we all know and love and have a weird possible relationship and all of the things. It is all about money and the energy of it. So, how do I want to start this video today? I just want to say that, and I've been thinking about money lately because I've been kind of like going in and out of, creating videos for this channel that I think will be the most beneficial for you. And so I do want to say, like, very, very briefly, I am a spiritual psychologist, an abundance mindset mentor, the founder of the Zen Flow system. And it really is a way of living and working where you are connected to who you are, really leaning into releasing limiting beliefs, getting clarity and confidence about all of the things that you want to manifest and create in this lifetime with ease and flow. I am all about ease and flow and really leaning into the multi-dimensional reality that we are very much not just a part of, but just sort of entangled with. There's really no other way to say it. So, how do I want to start this video today? Just remember, it is not about making money. You're not making money. You are deciding to receive money. It is about tuning into the frequency of money, aligning with the timeline that you want to experience this time around, and stepping fully into your creative power. We definitely have pretty much all, for sure. I'm a Gen Xer. I know the baby boomers that have preceded me, I'm sure very much feel this way. Millennials probably a little bit less, and then Gen Z a little bit less, and then Gen A, the new babies on the planet, they're probably going to experience this a little bit less than older generations. So, we have all been conditioned to believe that money is something that we have to chase, that we have to grind for or control. But here is the truth. And I know that you all know this. So just kind of bear with me as I get into like my angle and this new aha moment that I had, in the wee hours of this morning. I know that you know this, but it's hard to live it. Money is energy. It is not something that you force. It is something that you receive when you are in alignment. And when I personally catch myself slipping into that old money making mode, here's what happens. I start thinking from my three-dimensional mind. I get attached. I believe that I'm separate. I could even feel moments of lack. Or, how am I going to make this happen so I can have A, B, C, and D? I focus on the outcome instead of the energy. And that's when it begins to feel heavy, stressful, and definitely disconnected. So, today in this video, I want to break down how your relationship with money and your mindset shifts across different dimensions. I have made videos before about this, but I just want to clarify for a moment. You are a multidimensional being. For a very long time, I think all of us have thought of ourselves, and it's very much true and very much accurate, that we are body, we are mind, and we are soul. That's basically what I'm talking about when I say that we're multidimensional. But I think that I like to use 3D to talk about physical reality, 4D to talk about the energy that is intellectual of mind and that mental energy, and then 5D to talk about that etheric, spiritual, energetic aspect of who we are, which is ultimately the bulk of who we are. We are entangled, we are connected, we are part of the quantum field. Our cells, all 50 to 100 trillion of them, are little tiny balls of connected, wise, and amazing energy. It cannot be any other way. So just kind of keep that in mind as I go through, this multi-dimensional mindset shift toward money. And okay, I'm going to stop right there because I'm about to go off on a tangent and I really want to stay focused. So, when you think about your three-dimensional relationship with money, money feels limited, money feels external, money feels like something you have to work hard for. And I'm about to launch a new video series all about this sort of like evolutionary, energetic process, I guess you could say. I don't know, I don't think that's the right word, of what hard work is and what hard work isn't, and how we're shifting into this newer vibration and reality about money. And I know I've made a video about this before, but I do want to clarify it a little bit. So, money feels limited. Only lucky people have money. Money is something you have to work for. Money, only good people should have money and only bad people should be broke, right? There are so many stories and paradigms around money. We all know them. Money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? We all know the thing. That your worth, that your safety, that your identity gets tied up into how much money you have. The three-dimensional relationship with money can also include triggering things like fear, like lack, like comparison, like survival mode, like control, and that money is treated as something outside of you. For sure, those are all three-dimensional aspects of money. And I can say this, and I know that there are many wise people who have talked about this and have written about this, where when you get attached to money, when you are working for the sole purpose of making money, you're not necessarily creating a wealth consciousness. It is not the same thing. Because when we get into that hyper attached money making mode to help us feel secure, or not have that feeling of lack, we're still perpetuating the problem. We're still perpetuating that money is outside of us, and that the only way to have this rich, amazing, expansive life is to work really, really hard. And I know that I have definitely been in that space. Like, I'm definitely like, not like throwing any stone into any glass house. Like, I've been there and I have done that. It is definitely a part of most of our journeys. And so I do want to stop right there with 3D. So picture that lack, scarcity, attachment, a one-track mind toward making money. It is definitely in my opinion and of my perception that thinking about money that way and having the relationship about money that way, I don't believe that it is sustainable. And I think I'm about to go off on a tangent, but let me see if I can reel it in rather quickly. Yeah, I think I'm going to reel it in and not go there. So, 4D relationship with money. Remember, 4D is all about that mental energy, our mind, our perception, how we intellectualize life and ourselves, and the way we are interacting and understanding our reality and ourselves in it. You start realizing that money actually is energy. That's the beautiful thing about our intellect and our consciousness as human beings. You learn about the law of attraction, vibration, manifestation, all those other amazing universal laws. But duality still exists. You might swing between flow and fear. And I think most of us live in this space if we've kind of bumped up our awareness into this 4D understanding, intellectualization of money and money energy. And you may think If I'm doing all the right things, I should get money. But it is still tied and attached to an outcome and control, just in subtler ways. So, kind of pay attention to where you are, the part of you that is in that 3D mode of money and feeling separate, that part of you where you intellectually understand money as energy in a different way, but you're still like going in and out of attachment, or going in and out of, oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, I don't have what I want, like that back and forth feeling. And so, what is our 5D, that 5 dimensional energetic relationship to money? Remember, money is energy. How do we know? In the most obvious ways, we call money currency. And I feel like I said that in a way like I'm definitely not being like weirdo, pedantic, or condescending. It kind of came out that way. So, 5D relationship to money as energy, you embody it. I am the source of abundance. Money is infinite, it is neutral. Money flows through you, money flows through us, money flows through me. And ultimately, it is our divine right. Remember this design, this beautiful design given to us, whatever your general belief is or opinion is. We came here, we are one with all that is, with the quantum field, with source, with God energy, with God. It is not separate. We are all one thing. And because of that, think about that. We are all of God's mind. Of course, it is our divine right to have and experience abundance in our lives. It is why we are here. But I think it didn't always feel that way. And there are a lot of actual, like, interesting explanations for that. That, let me think, can I get into it now without going off the deep end? I mean, it really kind of, it's a very existential question. It definitely goes back to like when humans first got here, how we got here, how our DNA was wired, what were we doing here, what were humans, where were humans or humanoids or anything, like us before we were, introduced or put on this beautiful magical planet Earth, right? So, there are lots of different theories from lots of different backgrounds. Evolution obviously is one of them. Faith and God is one of them for sure. And then, all the other alternative explanations about energy and even extraterrestrials, as crazy as that may sound for some of you. And then for sure, there are people that are very good channels that are bringing in wisdom and knowledge from other dimensions beyond 5D. I've talked about that before. But why am I even bringing this up? Because we humans have gone through our own like big evolutionary process to make sense of our reality and ourselves in it and how we create. I'm not going to get into this part of it in this video, but and I have talked about it before. Our human evolution across generations makes it very obvious, and maybe I will say this here, and I may bring it up again in another video. I was talking to my dad about this video, about this concept and idea the other day. And, the way that younger people, for sure, like millennials, Gen Zers, and Gen A's are not quite there yet, but their perception of our physical reality is, in a new upgraded way of being in the world, and the way they perceive themselves and reality is significantly different from my dad's generation, baby boomers, and the generation that preceded them, which I think was the silent generation, or even my great grandma coming over to America from Germany in, I'm kind of get she was born in 1883, And my great aunts and uncles were born in this country. So I'm kind of guessing my grandma kind of landed on American soil like right around like late 1800s, early 1900s. And for sure, she was in a different mindset and vibration, just 4 generations ago of like suffering and hard work and praying and you know people are lucky who have money and whatever. And she was like an amazing devout Catholic. Her name actually was Mary Magdalene, and she was like absolutely connected to God's source energy. She was amazing, and she prayed and whatever. She was magical. I remember she was still on the planet when I was a child. But I digress. The point I'm making and what my dad was saying was, it's so weird the more that you talk about like this new energy or the difference in generations and how much money younger people are making. Where when I was younger, we definitely, whatever salary we got paid, that's the way that it was. It could have been like a pittance. It didn't matter. We felt lucky to have a job. And we just, whatever our boss was like and however he treated us, like we just had to go with it. And that was the way that it was, right? So that idea of like suffering and not having control over your life as a sovereign soul has definitely morphed generationally, since even I've been on the planet. And that's kind of what I'm getting at with, and I want to say that I'm saying this because it really is evidence based. It's real, it's generational. We are definitely moving into different energies, and we all can observe that in our lifetime if we begin to observe silent generation. They may still be on the planet. I can't answer that intelligently at the moment without doing the math. And then baby boomers, and then Gen X, and then millennials, Gen Y, and then Gen Z. So that's the picture. But here I am now getting back into this 5D energy. You are the source of your abundance. You deserve this because you came to the planet, and that is the nature of reality. Money is infinite, money is neutral, money energy flows through you. You fully trust, you detach from outcomes, you align with service, joy, and creativity. There is no attachment, there is no comparison. Money has no power over your inner state of being. And so now, if you ever feel your personal old programming creep up, pause and ask yourself, am I in 3D survival, grasping, attached, efforting mode? Do I feel separate? Do I feel lack? What am I afraid of? Or are you in 5D where you're intellectualizing and knowing that money is energy, but you kind of ebb and flow? And remember, every time you make an observation and begin to discern where you are in your multidimensional mindset, your perception of yourself in 3, 4, and 5D energy, you get to discern and make that shift in a very powerful, beautiful, and gentle way. And then, of course, are you in 5D energy? Can you surrender? Can you align? Can you trust? Are you open to receiving everything that is available to you? And I do think the thing about it is, for me, and I'm going to make another video about this and hard work and duality and all of that stuff. I totally am with you because, like, we all ebb and flow. We all have our moments in third, fourth, and fifth dimensional energy. And the truth of the matter is, we kind of do, I think, we want to experience all these dimensions because that's why we came to Earth. That's why we are in physical form. It's really powerful and beautiful. And I know I've said this in other videos, but when we're all on the other side as energetic, amazing, wise souls and energetic beings, we pick to come back down here because there's something really beautiful and magical about this thing called life in this physical reality. So, I do want to say that I do feel like I had one more thing to say. Let me see if I can get back into my thought. I think it's about trust. I think it's about receiving. And I do think it is about, that's where I was going with this thought. I think part of our journey is if we just all sat back and waited to receive, but didn't really do anything, but like, la la la, I can just sit here back and receive. That's kind of not the nature of this thing called being human, right? We came here to create. I think if we just sat back and received and didn't do much of anything, I think we would get really, really bored. And I think we'd be like, this is all there is. So don't forget, like, that part of the nature of 3D reality is to kind of like go and ebb and flow through our understanding of what this is all about. And the beautiful part is that we really are here to create, we are here to imagine. Take a moment and step back, sit back, and just create your own like mental movie about all of the things that you in your own lifetime have experienced or observed or have been a part of in one way or another, whether it is like amazing architecture or an amazing story or body of literature or a painting or a beautiful piece of music that like inspires you and fires you up. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on. Like, I mean, like a beautiful bottle of wine or whatever the case may be. Like, there's something so damn magical about people creating and being in service and having impact, right? The list is endless. For sure, that's what my whole idea of like this my Zen Flow operating system is really all about. And so, because I just want to say this, here's the truth. Money flows not when you force it, but when you are in your creative genius, when you are tuned in to your highest frequency, your highest potential. When we're in creative mode, we are in joy mode. Joy is such a beautiful high frequency, and that is really, really attractive. You know when you're in that mode how you just are like, oh my god, hell yeah, like life is so darn good. I wrote this morning in my 369 journal. And so before we wrap up, I want to share this affirmation that I wrote down today, and it definitely helps me stay in the energy of abundance, purpose, and freedom. I'm quite sure I will be making another video soon all about hard work. Um, and then I'll talk a little bit more about my journey and how I landed where I am in this moment with understanding like the flow and the energy of money and creation, and how I think it's essential to just like lean in, trust, align, feel really good, and aim for creation and joy. Here's my affirmation I just wrote down this morning. I manifest, deserve, and receive a limitless supply of money so I can create, heal, and enjoy my freedom life with impact, helping others, and raising the collective consciousness. Feel free to repeat it with me, write it down, or use this in your own journaling practice. I think I will put in the description box a link to my free newsletter, a link to the morning ritual journal, and probably my spiritual laws for success, which also is a freebie. And if this video resonates with you, please hit subscribe, hit like, definitely comment. Let me know what you think about, your own journey with money, how you feel, and all of that good stuff. And I will see you very soon in the next video. Namaste.